Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode. It's your boy Culture Shock, and this is my post game reaction to the Week 10 matchup between the Buffalo Bills and the Indianapolis Colts. This game was a disaster class at the beginning, I'm not going to lie. There was a lot of points at this game when I felt like I wanted to turn the game off and not watch it anymore. But me being a true Colts fan, knowing a reality that won't solve anything, because you never know. At the end of the game, there's still a chance to win, and unfortunately, as crazy as that may sound, that possibility was still there. Now, of course, obviously, we got to talk about the elephant in the room, the Joe Flacco production. Of course, you look at the numbers, and you're going to think to yourselves like, "Man, Joe Flacco had a really good game." I mean, he had a lot of turnovers, but unfortunate. But when you just watch the stats, you're going to think that his game was pretty decent enough to win. But in totality, watching that performance is something it was something that shouldn't have happened. At the beginning of the game, the first play of the drive, literally the first play of the game, Joe Flacco threw a pick six. And of course, on the interception, you can tell like there was no effort in trying to get the even in a return to pick the ball up to go get it. Everyone just looked lackadaisical to going to get the effort to stop the pick six from happening. And of course, the booze chanted in, and everyone's still talking about free Anthony Richardson and everything in that nature. But even after that, there was another pick where there was a play on the screen when he tried to hit Jonathan Taylor, and it wound up getting caught into the lineman's hands, and he wound up catching it. It's like something you'll see on Madden. But honestly, I think the beginning of the game that just came out very dry, nonchalant. Last week we tried to cut Joe Flacco some slack, saying that the throws that he should do is not what he's supposed to be doing. He should know this by now. He's a vet, but there was a lot of plays where he just looked like there was no effort into it. He was just forcing the football and just throwing it into areas where the Bills was going to be there. Now, of course, the Bills was a really solid team, but there was a lot of moments where it just looked like as if it was just no effort or energy, anything at that nature of the game. And of course, Kenny Moore even said that at the end. He said it looked like there's guys out there that put out more energy than others, and you can see it. And he looked really emotionally drained after the game, which is unfortunate because he caught a nice interception that game, and you can tell every play he gives it his all. And I can say that and give credit to the defense as well. The defense for the Colts, I feel so bad for them. Honestly, this team goes in and out every week, and the defense just gives it at all. But on the opposite side, the offense just looks like every day it just looks like dog crap. It really does. Every week it just looks like dog crap. It doesn't get better. Of course, later on in the second half, the offense started to show a little bit of life. We got to give flowers to Jonathan Taylor too, man. Jonathan Taylor had a very good first half, maybe like mid third quarter. But the Buffalo Bills adjusted, and it pretty much stopped all of that noise at the end. But Jonathan Taylor looked like he was about to go for a monster game. Of course, we went away from it, but the Bills adjusted to that too. But at the end of the day, like you got to make plays on the offense. You really do. Josh Downs caught it. He dropped the easy pass in the red zone that could have been a touchdown. They held us to 3 points on a few drives. But other than that, it just was rusty. A rusty performance all around for the offensive side. They've shown a little bit of life, but not so much. And you know, us being aggressive on fourth down and couldn't get it, it just shows that this team still has a lot of work to do. And of course, at the end of the game, they mentioned Joe Flacco remaining to be the starter. And of course, Shane said that he's going to be the starter until he says otherwise. And after this performance, it's like something else has to change. It looks like we're going to be knocked out of playoff contention anytime soon. This team had a chance to win this game, but again, the offense just leaves the defense out there to dry. The defense is on the field for way too long in multiple games, way too long, and it's unacceptable. And nobody would have thought that we'd be in this position to feel like we got to discredit the offense more than the defense because there was at one point where we was sick of the defense performance just being flat out. But at the end of the day, we got to give Gus Bradley what's credit is due. He adjusted and made this defense look like one of the best defenses in the NFL. And I didn't expect to get those many turnovers out of Josh Allen this week, but hey, that's what we did, man. They gave us life every time, man. It's just unfortunate that the offense could not figure it out. They still don't know their identity. They don't know what they got to do. We know that the offense is one dimensional with Joe Flacco at quarterback, but they got to find out how to uh, pretty much get everyone involved in the offense and have a more balanced type of flow. I mean, you can't be one dimensional. Of course, everyone's screaming run the football, but when you have Joe Flacco at quarterback, everything just looks more obvious. He had the strip fumble when he lost the football. He had 3 interceptions. It's just a very poor performance from Joe Flacco. Honestly, it really has. Ad Mitchell, he showed up today, and that's something we wanted to see with Michael Pittman Jr. being out. We were kind of praising and hoping for Ad Mitchell to step up and get a lot of reps this week, and he pretty much did. So he had a good week. Honestly, you got to give credit where credit is due. So shout out to Ad Mitchell. He looks a little bit more comfortable back there at the wide receiver position, like he's stepping into his own. Really nice catches this week. Alec Pierce has some good plays as well, so you got to give credit with Alec Pierce. He played some good football, but and honestly, I feel like if the offense would have shown a little bit of life in maybe the second quarter or the third, they would have had a better chance to win. Honestly, they really would have because the Bills they put us in position to win this game. They really did. Even after the fumble, the Ad Mitchell, the fumble, things of that, with Hamlin and everything, the team still had a chance to win. But like I said, the lacking concern, the raising concern of the offense is a concern every week. Of course, you have a chance to win this game. You feel like you do, but in honesty, we should not have this issue going into every week. We shouldn't. There should be some type of perfect balance. This defense gives you their all. They really do. EJ Speed, shout out to him. He caught a pick this week. This defense really tries, man. They really tried to will this team to victory. But every week it's the same issue. It's like every Colts fan in the building knows what's going to happen. The home team crowd should not be booing the home team. That's unacceptable football. It's just unacceptable. It's not. I feel like they should hold themselves to a higher pedigree. It should be more disciplined, and somebody should be held more accountable for their mistakes moving forward. I feel like it's too late in the season to have this situation going on, especially for this type of team and this offense and the firepower that they have. Even with Shane Steichen and his mastermind game plans, he should have something dialed up for this team to get into the end zone and actually convert. It's just unacceptable at this point. It really is. No one thought we should be in a quarterback carousel this late in the season. They're talking about making Flacco the starter and how they are in playoff contention. They're in win now mode, and just looking at it honestly, it does not look like that. It really doesn't. The only part of this defense that's shown success, other than special teams, is the defense. And now I got to give credit to special teams too. The special teams, they played solid football. They played solid football this week, but the offense is just still the lacking issue. I just don't understand what the issue is. And some may say that Flacco's, you know, looking worse than Anthony Richardson. When I can actually understand that, but it's crazy to even think that you bench the guy that you're trying to develop into being the guy, and then you put in the vet, and the vet looks worse than him. So like, how does that even make sense at this point? The Colts had a chance to win, but couldn't figure it out. I don't know what this week's going to bring. Hopefully they can figure something out. Bernard Reitman was dealing with knee injury this game. Hopefully he can recover. We have Michael Gonsalves out there. He had some solid reps. Quentin Nelson had a really solid game, being the lead blocker and everything. And that should be the bread and butter moving forward on the run game. It got to be with Quentin Nelson leading with the block. It has to be. Other than that, you're pretty much floating in the water. So I don't know what their game set's going to be going into next week. It's going to be a very, very, very bad game to watch between both of those teams. But we'll talk about that more going forward into this week. But for this game, like I said, I have to give an apology to the defense because I know the defense tries their best, but they're just on the field way too long, and it's just completely unacceptable. It's just unacceptable. I don't know how this is going to look in the offseason, but this season's pretty much look like it's about to be wrapped up. Hopefully, something can get answered in this offseason, but we can't keep having this issue happen every year. It's just something has to change. Something has to change. You guys let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Follow me on all platforms. Appreciate all the support. And until next time, I'll see you guys. Go Colts.